I don't know who else is like me, but I always like looking at everyone else's craft supplies and scrapbooking supplies and just see what they find. If you're a crafter, you know we have to have it all sale, even if we don't know what we're going to use it for. I used to do scrapbooking a lot back in the day. I was a consultant for Creative Memories for several years to support my habit, of course. But for the past 8 years, I've been purchasing Heidi Swapp brand items to kind of move away from what you see here with the pictures on it. I had a bad habit of completing the pages and then never putting them in the Creative Memory albums because I could never get them snapped in there properly. So they just lived in my bins. But how I used to do it is these bins here, I would, a couple weeks prior to going to the retreats, I would lay out my designs, my papers, my stickers, my borders, anything I wanted to take and print my pictures off and put them in. Don't worry, I vacuumed this up because I did that because I knew I needed to vacuum. So after I put everything away, I vacuumed. But I always put everything in. That way when I got to the retreat, I just knew what I was going to be working on. And then if I ended up finishing because I would take multiple of those bins. And if I ended up finishing them, then a lot of people would let you use their die cuts, and I didn't have a lot of die cuts at the time, so I would go around with my own paper and use their die cut makers and make my own items. So this box here I bought a few years ago from Target. My daughter liked Volkswagen buses, so this kind of is more the newer stuff. This is stuff I'm going to be using in memorial albums, things like that. So each place we go, we try to get stickers. I was actually talking in this video, but I realized I rambled a lot. I said like 11 times, and it just was annoying me listening to it to play back. So here we are with another voiceover. My daughter also liked llamas, so some people gift me stickers, but a lot of this stuff is Heidi Swapp. Some of it's from Amazon. Some of it is just Creative Memory stuff over the years that I've collected that I've put in here because I want to use them. These are some of the stickers we got when we went out to Washington State in 2024. So, and I picked up a couple postcards that we're going to use in our travel scrapbook. My daughter also loved sea turtles. Her boyfriend's family used to rent an Airbnb in the Outer Banks every year, and she would go, and she liked to go to the sea turtle releases for the little babies. So last year we did a Canada trip, and coming home from Canada we hit all the New England states and some upstate New York. So these stickers are from that trip. And my daughter and I loved Hocus Pocus. We used to watch it every year, like faithfully every year since it came out. And so I got to do Salem and go look at the houses, the Hocus Pocus tour type things, but we didn't pay for a tour. We just did it ourselves. These are just some stickers. That colorful book there is one of the planners from Heidi Swapp. Some of these stickers are just ones that I ordered, whether it be off of Etsy. I usually try to support small shops on Etsy around the Christmas time or Small Business Saturday. So I just try to find something a little cheap within my budget that I can get. So I had ordered some of those stickers. I think at one point I ordered a sea turtle sticker as well. My daughter loves sunflowers, so those were some cutouts I found that I will do. And then more stickers. I've been trying to get this pared down and everything put into one spot. I have stuff everywhere. I have a tiny house next door, a tiny house office. I'll show it to you one day, so if I ever mention it, you'll know what it is. That has stuff still in there. Boxes next door, we never moved out of we lived in a single wide trailer for 20 something years prior to building next door. And, after my daughter passed away, I just never addressed it. So some of it's still sitting over there. And I'm just trying to get all in one spot. This is not like I just started buying this stuff a year from now. This is probably about a good 20 years worth of stuff. Those are translucent, what do you call that, vellum papers from Heidi Swapp. I had ordered some. They came in. I really liked them. I'm going to use them as page dividers. So I ended up ordering more, and I'm glad I did because I didn't see them anymore after that. I haven't seen any listed on her site anymore, so I was glad I ordered extras. because I had a lot of ideas once I actually received the original order. But these are some of the books. And yes, I just end up throwing it all back in there, like it doesn't need to be organized. But again, it is going. I've actually gone through all these bins again since making this video. I bought 2 boxes from Hobby Lobby last week for the grandkids. I'm putting together with some of this stuff that they can use. I bought these little, they're like craft paper booklets from Amazon. I think it came with a pack of 5. And I'm going to give each of them one. I'm going to print off some pictures from the years of, that I've taken of them. And that way they can do a scrapbook. This is Hottie Swap. The others that I just put over there on the side were from Hobby Lobby this past Christmas. These are Hottie Swap stamps and die cut sets that I ordered. And I try to get all this stuff on sale. And when she does her coupon codes. That was also Hottie Swap. These are from last year, so 2024's Christmas from Hobby Lobby. And if you watched my video last week from Hobby Lobby, some of those ones from this past Christmas, I had wished I got a couple more because I thought of more ideas afterwards. And I ended up going back and they had some, so I was able to get some. But these are Hottie Swap. This book was really cute. That, by the way, was a card I could not find after I bought it and couldn't find it. So I had to rebuy a card. But anyway, it was really cute once I got it. And I decided to order another one, not a new one, but another one, because I couldn't decide, do I want to do just my son through the years of Christmas? Did I want to do just the grandkids? Did I want to do one for back in the day of like my mom? Because we don't have any pictures from my dad when he was a kid or anything. But I ultimately decided I'm going to do one for my son and then one for the grandkids. But I bought this on 50% off, or no, it was just on a sale at Hobby Lobby last year. And it's going to work perfect for that set there. These were some pieces that I got to do like a little shadow box thing. I had gotten this thing on clearance years ago from Michael's. It was this little book, but you can open it. It just was designed for spring. So what I did was took some Christmas scrapbooking paper that I had gotten and just glued that down on there, and I made it into like a shadow box when you can like prop it open. And that's some of the stuff that I used. These are that's something I got at the Goodwill. There's actually 2 of those little albums there. They were made like cards, and I had intended to buy them so that I could do up a little album for my grandmother, and then never did it. And mail it to her. She would just get it in the mail kind of thing. Creative memory stickers here. I have so many. Some of them aren't even sticky anymore, so I'll have to return them back into stickers at some point. And those fabrics are ones that I got years ago from Walmart because I used to make a lot of like rag style, what do you call that, garland. And that's one of the times where I went around and cut out a bunch of little die cuts from other people's die cut makers. Some vintage lace and some fabric. That doesn't belong in there, but I usually buy them. My old CD case with CDs in it for some reason is in the bottom of that. But again, I just chunk it back in, like I don't need to organize it. And just going through some stickers. This was a border I purchased at one of our retreats that someone had made for Halloween. That's some creative memory stickers. This was from the Heritage collection for like your family tree type stuff. And just some odds and ends stickers that I've collected over the years. Again, I've already gone through a lot of this and threw away stuff. I was good at keeping brochures and flyers from vacations because I wanted to use them as page fillers in my scrapbooks. And then obviously never made the pages and never did the scrapbook. So I did end up, when I went back through, throwing most of that stuff away because I just didn't need it. But again, stickers. I bought that years ago for a camping scrapbooking page and then never did the page. So again, classic me. Those were creative memories items. That was creative memories, but it actually will work very well with that because it was for Christmas. Just some papers. I bought that one year at a retreat. And more stickers. It's when I really stop and think about all the stuff I have, there's like an insane amount of money. But again, I hosted parties, I sold, so I got discounts. I buy most of my stuff, like 98% of my stuff, on sale. And again, this is years worth of collection, and it's not even all of it. It's most of it at this point, but it's not all of it. I bought this box a couple years ago at the dollar spot in Target. This wasn't the intended use, but I have some Amazon stickers and things like that in there. I thought I was closer to the camera than this when I was making this, but those were like little vellum things for like the woods I got for my camp and stuff, pages or whatever, and I thought they were really cute. Some of my creative memory stuff, markers, I think that might be paint. These were some vellum stickers from Amazon that I have plans for in my daughter's memorial album and then our Christmas album. Same with those are stickers. And those are the little booklets I was talking about for the grandkids. Again, Heidi Swap stuff and stickers. These were old pieces of fabric that someone put on cardstock years ago, and they sent them to me for free when I ordered something from them off of eBay. Those I ordered their vellum stickers. I ordered them for the grandkids for their stuff. I'm going to split them up between them because one, they're twins, but they're not identical. So one has like reddish hair, one has like a dirty blonde hair, so they kind of match them. But if you like this kind of content and you want to follow along while I do my scrapbooks, like and subscribe.